Hi there, I'm Victor, a writer and co-founder of Riff Raff Theater. If you're hearing about us for the first time, Riff Raff Theater is a comedy group that makes funny commentaries for movies, which you can download and play alongside a DVD of the film. If you've ever watched Mystery Science Theater 3000 or Riff Tracks, it's something like that. What makes us different is that we don't write most of the jokes, you do. You write the jokes and we compile and perform them. In exchange for your hard work, you can get a free commentary, a chance at some fun prizes, and the satisfaction of hearing your jokes performed by professional comedians. This video is to show you how you can join the fun. Listen and I'll take you through the steps of writing and submitting your scripts. The first step is to check what movie or movies we're accepting riffs for at our site, www.riffrafftheater.com. You'll find information both on the front page and catalog under Works in Progress. If you decide you want to write a riff script for that movie, here's what you need before you start. First, the movie. Unless we say otherwise, it should be the standard theatrical version of whatever film we're doing. Then you need something that can play DVDs and show the playing time down to the second. Most remotes will show you playing time through the display button. Besides that, all you need is one of our script templates, also available at riffrafftheater.com. We can only accept script submissions in Excel format right now, but you don't necessarily have to use Microsoft Excel to participate. Any program that allows you to save in .xls format is fine, such as OpenOffice, available at www.openoffice.org. Now onto the riffing. The basic procedure is that you watch the film, and when you think of a good riff, you pause the film and write down the time and joke. But let's look a little closer. The template you'll be writing your riffs on has three basic parts to it: the time code, the on-screen prompt, and the riff itself. The time is written like this: hour, minutes, seconds. Even if you're not a full hour in, you need to put the hour digit in there, or else it confuses the program that collects these. So something 15 minutes and 21 seconds in would be written 0:15:21. There should always be 5 digits. The screen prompt is a short description of what is happening right before the riff should be spoken. If the riff comes right after a line of dialogue, you can write the sentence that was just said, or the last several words if the sentence is too long, like this. If there's no dialogue, you can just write a description of the sound or action, like this. Or this. This may seem tedious, but it helps put the jokes in their context, as we read over them, and tells us exactly when to start saying the riff. As you go on, you'll be surprised to learn just how much can be said in the space of a second. For the riff itself, there are a few things to remember. If the riff is just supposed to be spoken in a normal voice, you can just write the line straight, like this. If you want the line said in a certain tone, put a description in parentheses, like this. For impressions, put as whoever in parentheses, like this. For lines that need to end at a certain moment, whether they're said completely or not, write till whenever in parentheses, like this. In this situation, you might want to write in more than you think you can fit in that time, just in case we talk faster than you're expecting. Dialogue between riffers can be more complicated. To start with, we prefer you don't assign lines, and instead just refer to the speakers as Riffer 1, Riffer 2, and Riffer 3. Now, when writing dialogue, give each line its own timecode, but under screen prompt, you don't have to provide a new cue for every single line. You can just write the same or continued after the first line, like this. If the dialogue is supposed to be spoken in voices other than that of the riffers, just put as whoever in the place of Riffer 1, 2, or 3. For noises, as opposed to words, just put the description between asterisks, like this. Now, I'd just like to say, don't be afraid to be descriptive. If you think the line will be funniest when read as Jamie, muffled but excited, go for it. We have some very strong voice talents on the team, so we're not afraid to play around with material that is supposed to sound a certain way. Before we go on to the final steps, I'd like to make a few notes about riffing. First, take care to follow the formatting guidelines. Without prompts, you severely lower your chances of us using your riffs. And if you don't do the timecode stuff right, we won't even be able to read your script. It may seem a bit involved as you start, but it gets easier as you go on. Second, remember, quality over quantity. Don't feel you need to fill up every second of the movie with riffs. Only include stuff that gives you a chuckle, and avoid just putting any thought that occurs to you in the script. We have a lot of scripts to sort through, and there can be hundreds of lines in each submission. Make what you write down count.
If you only have the time or inclination to do a portion of the film, check back at riffrafftheater.com and we may have posted some requests for riffs in certain areas where the scripts are sparse.
On a final note, try to keep your jokes within the film's rating, by which I mean if we do a PG film, avoid using words or making jokes that would give the riff an R rating. With an R-rated film, feel free. This is a guideline, but not a strict rule. It just improves your chances of actually getting your riff used.
You also need to label your riff. You can do this at any time before you send it in, but be sure it's there. There's a section at the top of the template where you put the movie's name, your forum name, your real name, and your email address. Now, of course, the movie name is the name of the movie. The forum name refers to your name on the Riff Tracks message board, where this all started and where we continue to do voting and discussions about upcoming Riff Raff Theater projects. You can leave this blank if you aren't a part of the forum. The email address is in case you win any prizes, and for our executive published writers mailing list, which we use to communicate about upcoming projects with those of you who have been successful writers for us in the past. Your email address will never be shared with anyone else. It also asks if you want your real name in the riff's credits. In the credits of the riff, as well as our website, we name everyone who got a line put in. So if you want your real name in the credits, put yes here. If you put no, we'll use your forum name instead. And because the time codes are different in North America and Europe, make sure to answer under the box that says, is the DVD you used NTSC, North America, or PAL, Europe? When you save the riff, make sure to distinguish it with a movie title and either your forum name or your real name. A name like Devil Monster Victor or DM Victor can work. The last step is to send your riff script to us. To do this, just go to riffrafftheater.com and follow the link that says Join the Mob. There you will fill in your name and email, click Browse, find and select the appropriate file, and, after reading the writer's agreement below, click the box that says if you agree to our terms. By the way, our terms basically say that we reserve the right to use and edit your riffs as we see fit, either for comedic timing or content. If we alter your stuff, you still get credit, mind you. I suggest you read the full agreement anyway. Remember, the submission form only accepts scripts in .xls format. You could not submit scripts that are in XLSX, DOC, TXT, or any other format. Do not use WinZip to zip the script up either, because the form will not recognize it as a valid file.
And that's that. You can just sit back, relax, and let us do the rest of the work. If we use any of your jokes, we'll contact you with your voucher for a free copy of the riff when it comes out, and any other prizes you might have won.
I hope this has simplified the riffing process, and if you have any other questions, either go to riffrafftheater.com or the forums at rifftracks.com for more information. Meanwhile, goodbye and good riffing from all of us at Riff Raff Theater, the home of democratic comedy.